Thank you, Nelly, for your introduction. Also, I want to thank Puma for your amazing and kind words. For me, it is an honor to be following your path as ambassador for this campaign. I wish to highlight also the excellent conversation that Kevin, Chelsea, Sura, Rebecca, Shusma have had as a panel. It's always an opportunity to learn and listen and to trust. Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be sharing with people from so many different countries and diverse cultures with different challenges and problem sets, but united by the experience of belonging to the mining industry. Hola, I'm going to switch to Spanish a little bit. Hola a todos y todas.
Hello to everyone. I would like to very warmly greet Spanish speakers. I hope you feel represented. I have seen that in the chat box, and you are represented as women in mining.
For the 2024 IDWIM campaign. I have been captivated looking at the images that many of you uploaded to the photo contest, connecting with the stories of effort and satisfaction that you have gone through in this industry. I think each and every one of these stories is worth listening to. And so today I want to share mine with you, which is nothing more than a journey of personal and collective learning at the same time. The journey starts here in Chile, one of the largest copper producer in the world. Located at the end of South America, and I know we have a lot of Chilean participants today, we are a country with a rich history in the mining industry. The impact of the industry is very important and for the national economy, accounting around 14% of the national GDP. But also it has the positive and powerful capacity of impacting the life of people, workers, families, and especially the communities that are in the area where we work. However, here in Chile, mining has traditionally been an activity where women were made invisible. Like Minister Orellana said earlier, thank you, Minister, for attending, a law preventing women from entering the mines was repealed as recently as 1996, breaking away the popular idea that mines were filled jealous for our Chile is a country with incredible women, and we were away from the industry. So turning to my story, when people ask me, how can someone with a background in humanities end up in the mining industry? My answer is always the same, because change knows no limits. From a very young age, which was a long time ago, as you can imagine, I had been called on to act in male-predominant spaces. I went to a very demanding school that was traditionally a boys' school. And at that moment, it was just open for the incorporation of girls. But it was my mother who taught my sisters and I, with conviction, and also in a demanding way, that we shouldn't be afraid to make our voices heard and to always make our point of view known. This character training from a very early age positively impacted and affected in a good way my professional life. As my career furthered, I started filling senior management positions in multinational companies in different areas, and I was generally the only woman in the room. But I know that the road is not the same for every woman. I was privileged. There are many capable women in our industry who don't have a chance to get ahead. Others are subject to microaggressions, as Chelsea was explaining, or harassment. They cannot make changes or defend themselves. This connection with what other women were going through led to a commitment to exercise a more active role with regards to inclusion and equality, issues that became part of my guiding light for management and leadership. I am motivated to work towards generating a respectful workforce free of discrimination and harassment. I am motivated to open spaces for other women, especially in positions of leadership. I am motivated by the stories of young women who currently face different family responsibilities, as we have just heard. I am motivated to feel that together, in different parts of the world, we are helping to write the history. So let me tell you a little bit about my career in Teck and what we're doing in the company. I joined Teck 10 years ago when the industry was starting to open to the incorporation of the female workforce. This came together with historical changes and movements in our country. Although the progress made is evident, I must confess that I never imagined seeing the International Day of Women in Mining on the calendar, and I'm so happy to be celebrating this today. This change has not been easy, but it was absolutely necessary for women, for mining companies, and for society in general. And now I will share what I wanted to tell you about Teck. We have done a lot of things, from publishing policies and declarations on diversity and inclusion, and also leading cultural change across the company. The chairwoman of our board of directors is a woman. There are several senior vice presidents and vice presidents in key areas. In Chile, we have a general manager in one of our operations, and these are some of the examples of spaces where women are contributing to grow. Achieving this would have not been possible without the commitment, the personal commitment of our CEO and president, Jonathan Price, who has declared that the creation of an inclusive workplace for women and for all people in Teck is mandatory. I feel very honored to be one of the 4 members of his strategic committee for diversity and inclusion, with the responsibility of ensuring that all people are treated with respect. With this focus, I would like to share some of the experiences that we have learned in Chile. We were building this big project called Quebrada Blanca Phase 2, which is the biggest project has been built in Chile in the past 15 years, and that employed around 25,000 people. There, we generated what we call a gender office, which is a space that provided on-site support and orientations in case of sexual harassment issues. These now called Centers of Gender and Inclusion are also being implemented at other Teck operations, as Red Dog is in Alaska and Highland Valley Copper in Canada. The program's success sometimes brings me mixed feelings, because every time a harassment protocol is activated, on one hand, I feel anger and disappointed because things continue to happen. But on the other hand, I think that means that women trust our whistleblowing systems and they know that they are not alone. I myself have not been alone in my professional growth. I have had the chance to learn and share from incredible women along the way, such as Marcia Smith, former Senior Vice President of Sustainability at Teck, an innovative woman who created a vision for the company by placing sustainability at our center, an aspect that currently marks the difference in how we do things. I have also had the honor to meet outstanding women from my country, such as former President Michelle Bachelet. She was also the first director of UN Women, an organization we have been working with for over 5 years to develop the Originarias program for the social and economic empowerment of indigenous women in northern Chile. I have met valuable women as a result of the Originarias program, and I have been able to learn from them, from their culture, and also to understand the difficulties they face. In closing, I would like to share some thoughts with you. I know that realities are different in each country. My story is one of many stories featuring women who have broken through barriers. I bet very similar to your own stories, which I would love to know. This is why it's so important to celebrate all these contributions and be here together in this International Day of Women in Mining event. However, there is still more to be done. Many women face difficult circumstances, and some even consider abandoning the industry. My message is that now more than ever, this is the time to belong to the mining industry. Our presence is crucial because we are transforming this industry and bringing it closer to the society. We can strengthen the industry in order to attract a new generation of young talent, both women and men, offering them a place where they can develop and feel proud of belonging. Because the future of mining industry does not just depend on resources, it mostly depends on people. I am mining and I belong, and thank you very much for offering me the opportunity to share my story with you today.
Thanks very much, Amparo, for your story. It's truly inspiring. I was thinking about your point of, privilege and how you've used that sort of situation to foster the careers of other women and to be a champion for diversity and for so many wonderful things you have done in your career. We're super happy and thankful for being able to join us today in your busy day.
Thank you.